Welcome to our series that we're doing about body stories to help prepare any of you who might be coming to our body story experience training. But even if you're just a healer wanting another nugget to remind you of some truth that will help open you up and set you free. We have here, I'm sitting by our altar of du jour. And today it has on it a couple, the Kuan Yin and the two wooden Buddhas on the right and the left. And those Buddhas have a story of their own, which is simply that some years ago my house burned down and pretty much everything in the house burned down. Yet in one of the spaces where I did my body work and healing work, these two Buddhas were at both ends of the spaces, and somehow these two Buddhas survived the fire. So I want to talk about the idea of our nature. And the Buddha is the prime kind of character that brought this enlightened wisdom to us many years ago, which was, if we're in our true nature, you know, the Delphi thing that says, to thine own self be true. If we're true to ourselves, if we're true to our nature, healing happens. Body story work is that all of the information that you've experienced in your life is not just in your brain, but in your body. So that mindset that you work out of and see the world out of every day is in your body. Congruence is the key. Being congruent to your true nature. I love telling this story. Years ago, I heard Dr. Bernie Siegel, and he talked about working with a man who had a malignant brain tumor, and there was absolutely at that point nothing that they could do for him, and that he was going to die. So the man was just kind of sent off with, you know, hope and a prayer. And the story goes that the man was very successful. So I'll pause there. So many of you are probably successful in lots of areas of your life. And yet, sometimes where we're getting stuck is that we're actually not in our true nature. That there are stories that have created an environment inside of us that we're still working out within ourselves that keep us from our true nature. So back to this story. So the man has brain tumor, told he's going to die, and so one of the things that he reflected on, well, if I only have a limited amount of time to live, what would I like to do? And he remembered right now, in this point in his life, he was a successful lawyer. It's what his parents had always wanted him to do. That's what he thought he was supposed to do. He did it well. But he remembered as a little kid that what he always wanted to be was a concert violinist. And so the story goes that at this point in his life, with a brain tumor, he picks up the violin and starts practicing. And the story goes on that 2 years later, not only was he a concert violinist, but he also was in full remission of his cancer. So I can't promise to you that you're going to be in your true nature and that your whole body chemistry is going to have a remission effect. But I can tell you that when you're in your true nature, when you experience more fully your yes or your no about your life, and that you're not inhibited by the stories of what you think others need from you, want from you, expect from you, then you're going to be in your heart's purpose. And when you're in your heart's purpose, it does change your your body chemistry. It changes your relationships. It changes your availability to both give and receive the things that you need. So my nugget for you, as we play with body stories and doing body story life coaching, is how is it that you are yet still somewhat incongruent, where you're trying to put a piece of the puzzle together that doesn't actually fit. So what is your true nature that's trying to emerge? And sometimes the true nature comes out of the wounds. The time when the fire happened was a big turning point in my own life, and helped to awaken new awareness and guidance, and opened my heart to a path more fully alive in my body. So my hope for you is congruence, and that you will seek congruence for yourself, that you truly can put out messages that are congruent, so that you receive back in your heart the messages that are congruent. Namaste.